Alright everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good evening. It's a little bit late. Had a charity event that we went to earlier, so we couldn't start at 7:30, but we're going to get one flight in today. We're going to be flying a World Tour flight. Let me pull up the description for myself. World Tour, Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 129. We're at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, obviously just outside Paris, France. We're going to be flying to Ljubljana Josip Puchnik Airport. Sorry anyone who's from Slovenia, I'm butchering that name. That's going to be down in Zgornji Brnik, Slovenia. That's at Ljubljana is the capital of Slovenia. So we're going to be doing that flight. It's going to be about just under 2 hours. Flight's based on Air France HOP Flight 1036. Flown using an Embraer 170 or a 175, but we'll be using Aerosoft Bombardier CRJ-700 with the Air France HOP livery created by Windows Seat. Alpha India Group's traffic. We have a Lufthansa pushing back right now, or it's right behind my camera. Unfortunately, you guys can't see it. Let's just kind of swivel over here. There we go. And so that's the Alpha India Group traffic, and Bijan Habashi's 4-season pack. Those are going to be all the trees, and we got some nice spring colors showing up. Unfortunately, I don't think... Okay, you guys can see my cursor. Good. I think that's on my other scene. Hi, hello Enzo, welcome in, and Maria Wettenstein. Hello aus Bayern. So, she's down there probably. Where are you in Bayern? Well, Bayern would be Bavaria in English, I believe. So Munich, München, those places. We'll be flying. I think we might be flying over there. Flying over on our route. Let me get my Volanta set up. World Tour. All right, yeah. Let's see. The route today we're gonna miss Bavaria, but we're gonna fly over Switzerland, Liechtenstein, just north of Liechtenstein. Actually, we're gonna get. I was gonna say we're gonna kind of loop into Germany there, but nope. We're gonna go right into Austria, and then Slovenia. Bamberg, northwest of Bavaria. Okay. Once we get up, I'm gonna see where that is exactly. At least on my radar right now, looks like you guys are getting some weather over Bavaria. But I think we'll probably miss it. Lufthansa is quickly taxiing. We're right here in the Air France, so let's get down. Really nice airport here. Free, included with the premium version, or might be all the versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I assume they updated it when they did the France World update. And it looks pretty good. We do have a service door hanging open here. I guess they've already done all the... Let's get the luggage. Power. Do all that good stuff. Aviation Dude just finished a nice flight in Infinite Flight. That's good to hear. Where'd you fly exactly? Let's see. Enzo has his Thrustmaster, TCA, Captain Pack Joystick, and Throttle. Oh, so is that the Airbus one? Because the Airbus would have the joystick. I thought the TCA Captain was the yoke for the Boeing. I guess that'd be the yoke one. Route from Aviation Dude did JFK to LAX. Awesome. That's about a 6-hour flight, 6-7 hour flight, I would guess. I've never done that. I've never done a cross country. I think the longest I've ever done is Milwaukee to Denver. Cross country. Alright, let's get inside the plane. We're in the CRJ-700 today, so hopefully I can remember how to get this thing started. So I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to go to checklist, and we'll see if I can do this via the checklist. Alright, so crew oxygen and mask checked, audio warning panel checked, electrical power panel checked. So basically, when we get to these different things, we're going to want to do certain things. So electrical power panel. So we're not going to do all the safety checks because we don't really need to, but we're going to go here, battery master on. We do have AC power, so we'll do that in use. I'll make sure all of our gen switches are to auto. Our IDGs are covered and off. Anything else, we're going to then do a fire detection Fire X monitor test. Let's go right here. Actually, that's the wrong one. I want to do this this screen for you guys. Oh, it doesn't do that. You guys can't see that when I pop it out. Ah, so I can do it. Yeah, there's a way you could pop these out, but because I'm only capturing my game screen, I can't pop it out. That's not a big deal. So basically, what's going to happen is we can kind of go right there. There we go. You see, there's a little message that pops up. It says fire system okay. Well, went away. But as we're holding that, you get a little message. Anyway, not a big deal. We're going to just keep going. Alright, external lights. So back up here. Oops. External lights. We need to turn the nav light on and the logo light. And that's all for lights right now. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Fuel panel. Checking the fuel panel. We might make sure our boosts are both inoperable right now. Not on. Back over here. I keep clicking. Okay, that one goes that panel. We don't want that. There we go. That's what I want. Bleed air panel. So we want to go normal. Bleed valves auto. Ice hole open. Bleed source both engines. Ljubljana. Yeah, that's what it was. I knew it was something. I knew I wasn't saying it right, and I knew I didn't look it up before I came in. Aviation dude crashed 8 times during takeoff. Like you crashed your plane during takeoff 8 times? That's not the greatest. Well, that's good to hear the landing worked at least. Martin, is the American Airlines the coolest airline or Delta? United. No, I don't know. I don't know. I think I've flown. I don't think I've ever flown Delta. I think I've flown American Airlines. I've flown on United. These are all. I've all flown long flights with those two overseas, obviously from America to China. I'm not sure if I did American Airlines. Maybe. Coolest? For the coolest, I have no idea. There are some cool liveries out there, so if you're asking me that, none of those, not those two. All right, fuel panel, bleed air, APU panel. Okay, so what I'm gonna do actually, I want to make sure we do some other things first. We want to get down here and turn on. So I'm gonna turn off parking brake for a second. Nav. So I want to get our IRS aligning. That's all we need to do down there. I'm just gonna turn on some lighting. And back over to the checklist. Okay, APU panel on and off. We're just going to keep it off for now. So that'd be right here. Start panel checked. So make sure none of these are lit up. Engines are still off. Hydraulic panel checked, auto on. Okay, so we're going to go hydraulics. And I'm gonna pull this up so I can see it. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it so you guys can see this. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to click right here. Oops, not that one. There we go. There's our hydraulic panel. What we want to do is we want to go... I think we want to put them all on right now. These three. 1, 3B, and 2, we want those on. We test them. Then we go auto, 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 and on. So 3A is doing our hydraulics right now. And that's it for the hydraulic page. EDQA is my town's main airport, but the nearest international airport is Frankfurt, which is 215. So you're closer to Frankfurt than Munich? Because Munich is international too, right? So you're closer to Frankfurt than Munich. Okay. Interesting. Alright, keep going on the checklist. I hope I'm not missing things. Sure I am. ELT is armed. It's going to be right here. Armed. Cabin pressure panel checked. Cabin pressure, we want to make sure to keep it there. We want this at hold, we want this at the decrease, and then we're going to change our cabin pressure based on our elevation. So, Paris elevation, airport is 392. Let's get it to 392. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Oops. What the? Why is it showing my screen like that? That's not right. What is going on here? That's not usually how that works. Why is it not showing my... What happened to... Where's my flight simulator? Why is it not showing... What is going on here? Okay. Wait a second. Okay, why did it do that? That's weird. A little bit of technical difficulties. Okay, so this is what I wanted. I don't know why the screen was split weird like that. But here you can see, it did it again. So when I resize... Why does it do that? What is going on? It's so weird. So if I have it full size, it's fine, but as soon as I resize, it breaks it. That's weird. Okay. That is really weird. Alright, well, we're just not going to do that. But anyway, here's what I did. Is that blue number, I want that to be the landing elevation. So right now I have it in for our takeoff elevation. And I adjust that by going up here. And change, decrease or increase. So that's what's going on there. I don't know why I can't show you, and it messes up my screen for some reason. I was just about to grab my A320 checklist. Alright, let's keep it rolling here. We're going to take forever to get this CRJ off the ground. Cabin pressure, air conditioning panel. So that's going to be our next panel. So we want to turn on our left and right packs. So the circulating fan on, RAM air is covered and off. Keep these at manual. This is where we can adjust our temperatures. And I believe we just keep this off for now. Okay, now we're going to go to our anti-ice panel. We're not going to have any ice today, so we're not going to do that. We're going to turn on our windshield to low. Probes will be a little bit later. Go back to the checklist. Standby compass. I have no idea where that is. Oh no, we want to go here. Emergency lights. So we're going to turn on no smoking to auto. Arm the emergency lights. Standby compass. Nose wheel steering is off. Clocks are set. Instrument panels checked. Upper pedestal checked. Okay, so actually we want to go to our pedestal. So what we're going to check in here, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't think we have... Yeah. So here it's like, it just says check. There's a bunch of stuff we need to do here. So we're going to go to our pedestal. Trying to find the right camera. Okay, so we're going to check our anti-skid. Our anti-skid is armed. We're going to test that. Anti-skid inbound, outbound, armed. MLG bay overheat. Overheat warning fail. That message came up. Check the horn is covered. Engines are N1. Ground proximity warnings. We could do a lamp test if we wanted. We're going to go here. I think we're going to arm our thrust reversers. Want to make sure our pitch disc and our roll disc are stowed. We'll set those flaps a little bit later. Make sure our thrust levers are idle. Flight spoilers are retracted. We're going to set our radios right here. Not going to do anything with that right at this moment. Standby for our backup radio. This will be our radar. ATC if we want to turn that on. Stab trim. Mach trim. And then yaw damper. Make sure everything's set to normal right here. And make sure all these are stowed and in the proper positions. That's our checks. Okay. Back to the checklist. We did all avionics, all that stuff. Trims, yaw damper, source select panel, normal. So before start. Okay, so let's get the passengers on, and we'll start setting up the FMS. So today, to get our passengers on board, we're going to use PAC-X. So we'll start a flight, fly with career mode, world tour. Flight time, we'll do about an hour 45. We'll probably get there sooner, hopefully. 66 passengers, full plane, at least for PAC-X. I think on my flight plan, we have 75 passengers, so not exactly accurate, but it's just a simulation kind of thing. I believe I could do some boarding music. We could use the Air France boarding music. So let's do that. Custom safety brief, I have a video, and we'll do Wi-Fi. Give a look at the passengers coming on board. Localized names. So here we got a Mary and Michelle. Localized to the places we're going. Of course, we do have this guy, the very interesting name, Young UK Mohammed. Mix of names, but you'll typically have more French and probably Slovenian names, but a mix of also tourists, of course. Pretty cool little thing there for PAC-X. Okay, put that away and continue. Go back to the checklist, just make sure passenger signs are on, landing elevation is set, altimeters, we'll have to get that, FMS, IRS, we're lining those, radio navies, there. Okay, so let's do our altimeters. I've turned off the voice for ATC, that way if we decide we don't want to use the ATC, we can just ignore it. How is the Berchen? Berchen, baby? I've never learned that, I never learned that word. He's doing well. He is doing well. We just went to a charity event for 4 hours, and he was very well behaved for being 3 months old. So let's tune the ADIS. Is it gonna... Okay. So we're not gonna get any sounds. I've turned off the voice for ATC. That way we don't just have it spamming us the whole time. So a little bit unrealistic there. Eventually I need to get into VATSIM. Alright, so our QNH is gonna be 30.18. So we'll go with this. Now you could do this with just hit the B button as well. We'll switch that to 1022. Alright, so bad ADIS is gone. Let's tune clearance.
Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row,
I don't want to interrupt her. I guess I can. Good thing is I turned off the ATC anyway because we're not going to be able to hear anything. They're not going to talk to us anyway. Actually, I'm tuning it. Yeah, see, I tune it and it just goes back. Let's see if I tune it manually if that works. I've never tried. So 127, 300. No, 730. Sorry. Let's see if this works. Maybe. Nope. Yeah, so the ATC, in-game ATC, does not like to work with the Aerosoft CRJ. Do I have to drag a folder to get an aircraft in flightsim, Enzo? Yeah, most mods are going to be a folder. It's going to be it'll probably be a zip file you're going to pull out of there. You want to make sure there isn't a folder within a folder. Basically, an aircraft, let me just double check what my aircraft is. Add-ons, aircraft. So let's say I'm putting the fly-by-wire has a whole installer. But let's say you're installing the like the salty 747. You should have a folder, and in that folder, the first layer, or A330. Okay, you want to do the A330? Let's do the A330. I think I have the A330. Yeah, so I have the A330 900 headwind. Hopefully that's the one you're getting. So if the folder you're putting into your wherever your add-ons are, it's going to be A330 or whatever that folder is. You can change the name. In that folder, right away, there should be a folder that says content, info, effects, HTML, model behavior, sim objects, and a bunch of other things. You should not have a folder within a folder too much. The first folders you should see in the folder you need is going to say content, info, effects, HTML. So, yeah. But you do need to drag that into wherever your community folder is or however you got your add-ons set up. Alright. Like I have an Acer. Yeah, wherever your mods go for Microsoft Flight Simulator, wherever you have that folder, if you're using off of Steam, it should be in your Steam folder, and it'll be under the game, it'll be community. The community folder. Once we get up there, I'll show you how I got mine set up. Mine's a little bit different, but that's because I'm using a manager, but the same concept. Alright, so we need to get rolling here. But good question. I will show you that. I'll help you out. Alright, so that's limiters. Let's get in the FMS. Let's put this flight together. So go to pause in it. Airport. We are at Lima, Foxtrot, Papa Golf. Copy this. Put it right here. Execute. I just like to hit execute. Just good habit to have is just hit execute. That way it makes sure it's in there. Flight plan. So we are at Lima, Foxtrot, Papa Golf, and we are headed to Lima, Juliet, 509 miles. Alternate today. We're gonna bring it up for you guys. Bring up the flight plan. Let's see. Alternate is gonna be Vienna. So Lima, Oscar, Whiskey, and hit execute. I'm gonna go right in here, I think. No, I'm gonna go to the next page. There we go. So our flight plan, we're right here. We're gonna be taking, first point is gonna be land V. So land V. Then we're gonna take an airway, Uniform November, 491. So this is your VIA. VIA is going to be airways, or it's going to be direct if it's just between two waypoints. We're going to take that airway to Begar. Begar, we're going to take airway November 491 to Digez. You guys can see, right? Oh, yeah. Maybe. I should look on the other. Okay. Alright, Digez. Take that to Zulu 2. And then Tunum. From Tunum, we're going to go on Zulu 204. And from there, Gedso. From Gedso, I just like to hit execute. We can go to another page right here. Gedso, we're going direct to Degum. So this is another waypoint. Get that direct. And that's it. That is our flight plan. Gotta go to departure arrival. Departure today. Hopefully this matches up with what the airport's doing in the sim. Is runway 9 right. And we're gonna take for SID. It's gonna be land 5 Golf. Execute. Alright, so we can go to our legs page, just double check things. This looks a little weird. A couple land V's. So I think we can just go like that. Perfect. Everything just makes sense. Arrival. Right here. Arrival is going to be airport or runway ILS 30. We're going to do, I think, LBL1. We're going to fly into the VOR. Yep. And it's going to be Daegu to Lima for the star. Standard terminal approach. Execute. Go back in that flight plan. Earn those legs. Just double check. Make sure things look right. Yep. See here, you got some discontinuities. Okay. Okay. I think that should work. We'll double check it once we're in the air. It shouldn't be too complicated. Sorry, I was just looking. Kylan Jackson, how much the plane cost? This plane, I believe. Let me just double check so I get it right. Aerosoft CRJ. It's the 550 and the 700. They also have the 900 and 1000 out now, which you can buy, I think, just for a little bit more if you already bought the 550 700. Let's see, $42 or 42 euro, so, 45, just under $50. And you can find that at aerosoft.com or on the marketplace, on the Microsoft Flight Simulator marketplace, right in your sim. Okay, so, got the flight plan in. Actually, let's go right back down here. And we want to do execute. Flight plan, performance, cruise altitude is going to be 39,000. Actually put in 39,000. Passenger weight, all this stuff, what we can do, and I forgot to put the fuel on manually, but that's alright. We do it from the EFB. Performance. There you go, 0 fuel weight. Now fuel, we're just going to have the fuel come on right away. No, we're not going to mess with it. Fuel, we need 4.4, so 4,400. Since we're already been kind of going at this for a while. I'll get rid of that. There we go. 4,400. And our 0 fuel weight is 27.7. So enter. Set payload in the simulator, so the fuel's all on board, we're not even going to bother. I don't know why the payload didn't update. Oh, okay, that is. Never mind. Okay, payload in simulator. And we're going to just copy this data right to the FMS. We don't even have to put it in. There, it's all in there. We have 70 passengers, so every single one has a different number of passengers. And then you have your average passenger weight, which is 84 kilos. Cargo 1,000, fuel 0 fuel weight, gross takeoff weight. Alright, VNAV, don't really need to do anything there, so we are good to go. That's pretty good. Here we got the FMS set up. IRS aligned, radio nav aids set. We'll do that once we're in the air for our arrival. Most of it's automatic anyway. Takeoff briefing complete. Clear to start. Personal electronic devices off. APU on. Alright, so let's get that APU going. So power? Actually, I think we need the pumps on. So, fuel pumps. And we do power. You see this APU information has come on. Door is open. So back up here, we hit start. You can see the APU is spooling up.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 1036. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all call.
Alright, we need to close the doors. So aircraft, we do have the wheel chocks still in place. We're going to remove those. Close these doors. Ground power cart has been disconnected. Passenger door is closed. Everything's good. We are ready for pushback. Looks like the co-pilot already called for it. So we're going to turn on the beacon lights. APU is available. And should be, I believe, on. I don't think I need to press anything else. Maria, by the way, has the bear chin. Yeah, I saw it. I assume it's the baby, right? I've never learned the word for baby, at least, or that word. Yeah, he's doing well. We went to a charity event and spent 4 hours, and he was very well behaved. So. Alright. I'm just making sure everything is working properly. Are you guys... Is the sound all good? Are you hearing my voice fine? And the in-game sound? Oh my god. I don't have the in-game sound on. I don't have the in-game sound on. I can't believe I'm just sitting here with no in-game sound. Oh no. Oh, that's the best part. Oh, you guys missed the APU starting up. I'm so sorry about that. There you go. Let's get that sound. You can see the flap? That is the APU door, I believe. Should be able to see exhaust. I don't think they have it modeled. I'm so sorry I didn't have that sound. Yeah, when you went to Steam, I saw Community in Steam. Yeah, I'll show you where you should put it. I don't know if you have any other mods or not, but it'd be the same place. Okay, so APU is going. Checklists. Back to that checklist. Alright, APU on, electrics checked. So we'll go over here. And we're gonna go electrics. You can see the APU is generating our electrics. So that is checked. Takeoff data is set. This is very easy. Now we could do it with this knob over here. Set all these. I'm just gonna go right here because we're in a little bit of a hurry. So set all. Boom. They're all set. Nice and quick. Takeoff data set. Doors closed and locked. Yes, beacon is on. Fuel pumps and quantity on. We do have our fuel. We have 4390, so we are good there. Hydraulic pumps auto and on. Those are already set. And parking brake on off. Alright. So, let's get our pushback. Release parking brake. I just did the opposite of what I do. I want the tug. There we go. Alright, so tug is connecting. Let's go to our status page. Oh, I can't believe I didn't have the sound on before. Alright, and we are ready to push back, so let's do that. In reverse. Here we go. And let's get the safety video going.
Madame, Monsieur, bonjour et bienvenue à bord.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen.
Ce film concerne votre sécurité. Merci de nous accorder votre attention.
For your safety and comfort, please take a moment to watch the following safety video.
Chaque fois que ce signal est allumé, nous vous prions d'attacher votre ceinture.
Actually, I want to start the left engine
Whenever the
first.
seatbelt
I
sign
have a
is
problem
on,
when I start
please
the
make sure your
right one.
seatbelt is securely fastened.
Nous vous recommandons de la maintenir attachée de façon visible lorsque vous êtes assis à votre siège.
We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible at all times while sitting.
Pour détacher votre ceinture,
Oh,
soulevez
okay,
la
that makes
partie
sense.
supérieure
Bear
de la
chin
boucle.
for bear.
To release the seatbelt, just lift the buckle.
Pendant le roulage, le décollage et l'atterrissage, veuillez redresser votre siège, ranger le porte-gobelet, la tablette et le repose-jambes. Pensez également à ouvrir le cache de votre hublot et profitez de la vue.
During taxi, takeoff and landing, please fold away your tray table and cup holder. Put your seat in the
gonna
upright
turn us?
position and retract your leg rest. Please also raise your window blind and enjoy the view.
Pour votre sécurité, tous les bagages, objets volumineux et appareils électroniques
That wasn't a really good turn.
doivent être rangés dans les compartiments.
That's
Les
okay.
accessoires
We'll
seront
stop
placés
here.
sous le siège devant vous, à l'exception des places aux issues, bien entendu.
For your safety, please stow all baggage, bulky items, and larger electronic devices in the overhead compartments. Accessories can be stored under the seat in front of you, except for the seats at emergency exits, of course.
Les issues de secours sont situées de chaque côté de la cabine, à l'avant, au centre, à l'arrière.
Emergency exits are located on each side of the cabin, at the front, in the center,
Oh, I
and
think
at the
this
back.
is. I think
En
they
cas d'évacuation,
modeled.
laissez vos
I don't
bagages à
remember
leur
the
place,
inside being modeled
suivez les
before.
signaux et les marquages lumineux au sol jusqu'à l'issue la plus proche. Les membres de l'équipage portant un insigne rouge sont chargés de votre sécurité.
In case of evacuation, please leave all your belongings
No,
behind.
safety video is just an overlay.
signs
I
and
just
floor
have
lighting
it
guide
playing
you to the nearest exit.
using OBS,
Crew members
add other
wearing
videos
a
in.
red badge are responsible
So
for your safety.
definitely not in Flight Simulator itself.
L'emplacement de votre gilet de sauvetage
All right.
est indiqué sur une étiquette
So we
devant
do
vous.
have
The location
engine
of your
1.
life jacket is clearly
Let's
marked
start
by a sign
the right
in front
engine.
of you.
Passez la tête dans l'encolure. Attachez et serrez les sangles.
Place it over your head and pull the straps tightly around your waist.
Une fois à l'extérieur de l'avion, gonflez votre gilet en tirant sur la poignée rouge.
Inflate your life jacket by pulling down on the red handle. Do this only when you are outside the aircraft.
En cas de dépressurisation, un masque à oxygène tombera automatiquement devant vous.
If there is a sudden decrease in cabin pressure,
Alright, we're
your
about
oxygen
20.
mask will automatically drop down
Pull
in
that up
front of you.
above idle.
Prenez votre masque, puis placez-le sur votre visage.
Take your mask and place it over your nose and mouth.
Une fois votre masque ajusté, il vous sera possible d'aider d'autres
If you-
personnes.
Make sure your
okay,
own mask is well adjusted before helping other passengers.
Ce vol est non fumeur
This is a non-smoking flight.
et l'usage de la cigarette électronique n'est pas autorisé, y compris dans les toilettes.
It is forbidden to smoke electronic cigarettes, even in the toilets.
Les cigarettes électroniques doivent être conservées sur vous et
Alright,
leur
so we
recharge
have our
électrique est
engine.
interdite.
Discontinuous.
Electronic cigarettes should be carried with
And
you,
we're
and
going
charging
to
them
stop
on
the
board
APU.
is not permitted.
Vos appareils électroniques doivent être réglés en mode avion pendant toute la durée du vol, mais vous pouvez utiliser Wi-Fi et Bluetooth.
All electronic devices must be set to
Check our
airplane
electrics
mode for
again.
the duration of the flight, but
Now
you
Gen
can
1 and
continue
Gen
to
2,
use
the
Wi-Fi
engines
and
are
Bluetooth.
generating our
Les prises de courant
electricity.
ne doivent pas être utilisées durant le roulage, le décollage, l'approche et l'atterrissage, ou sur demande de l'équipage.
The electrical sockets must not be used during taxi, takeoff,
Man, it's taking me
approach,
40
and
minutes to
landing,
get this thing
or at
started
the
and get
request
going.
of the crew.
Ah. It's already 11. Man, it is late.
En
All
cas
right.
de fumée, de dégagement de chaleur, de chute ou de perte d'un appareil électronique, nous vous demandons
All
de
right,
prévenir
ready for
l'équipage
departure.
et de ne pas manipuler
Let's get our
votre siège.
flaps into
Should you
position.
notice smoke or heat, or if you drop or lose your electronic device, we kindly ask you to call a crew member and not to move your seat.
Gardez toujours un œil sur vos appareils électroniques pendant leur chargement.
Always keep an eye on electronic devices while they are
Okay, flight
charged.
controls checked.
Nous allons
go
bientôt
right
décoller.
here.
La tablette, le porte-gobelet et le repose-jambes doivent
Flight
être
controls.
rangés et votre dossier redressé.
In preparation
Joystick.
for takeoff, please make sure your tray table and cup holder are stored and secure, your leg rest retracted, and that your seat is in the upright position.
Nous vous invitons à consulter la notice de sécurité placée devant vous.
We invite
Rudders.
everyone to read the safety information leaflet located
Alright.
in the seat back pocket.
Back in here. Trims. For our trims,
Merci
we
pour votre
need
attention.
7.5. I
Thank you
believe it's
for your
already
attention.
7.5.
Au nom d'Air France,
Yeah.
tout l'équipage vous souhaite un
Go
excellent
back to our
vol.
status
On
page.
behalf of everyone at Air France, we wish you a very pleasant flight.
All right. there was our safety brief. Thrust reversers are armed, flight instruments check, brake temperatures check before takeoff. Alright, so we're going to taxi. Here we go. We are going to runway, I believe it was 9 right. Let's see, 9 right. That's going to be the other side of the airport. Oh yeah. So let's get going. We have a nice, decent length taxi today. I feel like I'm not moving. Alright, so first we're going to go out to... Actually, we're just going to go straight here. Not sure. No, we'll go this way. We'll go this way, then we can see a little bit more of the airport. So this is going to be Echo. That's going to be a fun flight. San Francisco to Munich. Lufthansa. The A350, right? Yeah, DLH. I always get... You see DLH, you almost go DHL. You flip around. Alright, so we got quite a bit of a taxi here. We're going to be going past... Right now we're going past Terminal 2. Not a lot of planes. I do have Alpha India group traffic, and there's not a lot of planes at the gates right now. Very surprising. I'm guessing there's probably more up at Terminal 1. Maybe Terminal 2 is new, I don't know. This part of the airport's an addition or something. Sounds cool. Alright, so Maria's gonna be flying. She's actually out in California right now, visiting her cousin, or just with her cousin in California. She's gonna be doing a flight from San Francisco to Munich. And then, in her infinite flight, and then she's going to be doing a flight from Munich to Bamberg, I believe you said it was your hometown. So those should be some fun flights. We have a nice, lengthy taxi here going, and then we'll be taking off, and yeah, this is going to be going pretty late night. I took way too long getting this plane started. I need to really streamline just getting my plane started, especially the CRJ. The A320X, I can do it pretty quickly. You can already see our expected departure. We're a little bit late. I should have looked at my sim brief and gotten a gate by the other runways. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is... I'm guessing Terminal 2, this part of the airport is brand new. I'll have to look that up. I think this part of the airport, it must be the newer part. Let's see. So LFPG airport. Let's see what we can find on the Wikipedia about Charles de Gaulle here. Charles de Gaulle Airport. Not Charles de Gaulle himself. Let's see. Yeah, so Charles de Gaulle is Europe's second busiest airport. Doesn't look like it, does it, right now? After Heathrow, in terms of passenger numbers, and it's the busiest airport within the European Union, because obviously the UK Brexited. And it's the 11th busiest airport in the world, and the busiest in Europe in terms of cargo traffic. 9th busiest in the world in terms of passengers. So, this is a big airport. Obviously it's big, but traffic-wise, it didn't feel like that when I came in, and right now it doesn't feel like just not a lot of other planes moving around, so not sure why that is. I do have Alpha India group traffic rolling, but not a lot to see. Alright, we're going to turn here on Foxtrot and head up to the north part of the airport, and runway 9 right and 9 left. Ah. There we go. Ugh. Yeah. The middle mouse button, or the middle mouse wheel, zooms in and helps you flip your buttons. I love all these cars. So much traffic. So much ground traffic. So little air traffic right now. Let's see. Terminal 1. So this is the first terminal, obviously. Built in the image of an octopus. So that's where we landed and parked last flight. Terminal 2 is spread across 7 subterminals. Oh, I guess it's not new, so been around. There's Terminal 1. Very interesting looking terminal. I think it's not entirely designed or entirely modeled correctly in sim. I think should be building more here connected. At least that's what it looks like on the map. But I don't have a... Oh no, that's right. I'm looking at a picture now, so the map is weird. Uh-oh. 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 Oh! I don't know what that was, but that was almost gave me a heart attack. Taxi simulator. There's just like no other planes. So I don't know if I mean, I saw we had that Lufthansa move. I don't know. Maybe Alpha India group traffic crashed again. It does that from time to time. There should be a ton of planes here. Yeah, Alpha India group traffic looks like it's gonna crash on me again. Oh well. That's why we're not seeing a ton of traffic. Alright, so we're gonna turn here on Bravo. We just crashed again. Yeah, so AIG, Alpha India group traffic, is not playing nice right now. That's why we're not seeing any other planes at the airport currently. This is probably the longest taxi I've done on this world tour. Probably should have started the flight at Terminal 1 instead of Terminal 2. And the airport looks empty right now because Alpha India group traffic is fritzing out. So hopefully, it's loading in right now, hopefully we'll get a bunch of traffic. And worst case scenario, well, not worst case scenario, but hopefully, if we don't get to see a lot of planes here. I mean, this is the second busiest second busiest airport in Europe, and we have no traffic, unfortunately. Man, this is a insanely long taxi. I'm just gonna put our altitude in 39,000 feet. AIG, it's Alpha India Group traffic. So Alpha India Group, AIG. AIG traffic. It's freeware, puts in real liveries and models, and that's why you're getting the frame rate crash right there, because all the planes are starting to load in. So let's see if we can see. There they are. Now the airport looks a little populated, after we of course pass all the terminals. You see an Air Malta or a Malta Air over there. Some Air France's. That's what we like to see. Hopefully we'll have some planes coming in to land. But you'd think at an airport like this I'd be waiting in line to take off, but probably not. Now, I don't know if they can, I don't know what Azoba can do about these weird, it's always one thing that X-Plane, Prepare 3D, all of these, they always struggle with that ground traffic, getting it to go in the right place. You end up with cars floating in the air. Now, technically, we don't really need to go all the way to the end of the runway or take off. I'm going to turn. Let's see. I think we'll go to the runway right here. I don't want to turn too early and not have enough runway, even though we're in the CRJ, so. We'll go. I'm trying to figure out what this building is. I did see a building, didn't I? Oh, yeah, there's a building. Alright, we'll switch. We'll turn at this next taxiway. Oh, no, never mind. We missed the one where to cut off the runway. Oh, taxi simulator. Riveting. But nice traveling around the airport. I wish the other traffic was moving around, but Alpha India Group traffic was being a little messy. But now I think we got it. Alright, we are finally... Looks like some elevation problems there. Alright, we just got our taxi. Doesn't make sense. Alright, so again, I don't have the sound down for the ATC, so we'll do some role playing here, I guess. Alright, taxi 2 and hold short, runway 08 left using taxiway Delta 1, cross runway 09 right, Delta 2, Delta 4, Delta... Oh, they went... So, if we had gone with the ATC, ATC wanted us to take off 8 left, which would have been right there, close to where we were, but we went by the... Oh, that's rich. That's awesome. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna go here. We've already been messing around too long. Alright, so we are cleared for takeoff, runway 9 right, air hop 1036. Landing lights on. Strobe light on. ATC on. TCAS is auto. And we are cleared for takeoff. We've got our flaps in takeoff position. Compressors are armed. Turn that. Close that APU door. Before takeoff, lights strobes on, fuel X flow to manual. Here. Transponder TCAS set, flight attendant advised, radar train display set. CIS checked. Alright, here we go. Ready for takeoff. Changed something with the lights. I can actually see people's lights on now. In the morning. Alright, we just want toga. B1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Clear. Go to flaps 1. Alright, so we are set for speed climb. So I'm going to need to set my speed. We're going to set it to 250. Our max until we get to 10,000 feet. So you can see the plane is going to adjust to manage at 250. And then once we get past the 10,000, we'll put it at 290. Now we want to be careful because if we try to go to too high a speed too quickly, we'll never get to our cruise at 39. And I think we'll have a hard time getting flight level 390 anyway. Alright, let's go standard pressure.
now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight speed thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and movie library.
Alright. When should I get the community for? Okay, let me show you. Alright, so we are climbing. And right now I'm just gonna climb at 260 knots, that we can get up to our cruise, and then we can always speed up once we're up there. That won't be a problem. Do you ever seatbelt signs on? I'm gonna leave those on as we climb, just a smaller plane. Lights, we turned off the landing lights, taxi lights, we're gonna drop that continuous ignition, X-flow, back to auto. Bleed CPU set, thrust reversers off, right there, and the CAS is checked. Okay, just quickly look at this. This is how you can. This is really cool on this plane. It actually gives you your vertical speed. Everything you do on this plane though is manual because they don't have auto thrust and all that stuff. VNAV. I don't think it has VNAV. It does have VNAV. I'm not sure if this is functional. I don't know how to use it properly. And we are currently, if you want to follow the flight, let's go right here. Throw this in for you guys. It's events.flighttracker.tech. We are hop 1036. That's the call sign. Just go to there and search it out, and you can see the flight path, all that stuff. Currently, we are just south of Chateau Thierry, on our way out of Paris. It's going to be Reims over there, somewhere in that general direction. Maybe right there even. That's Chateau Thierry right below us. Chateau Thierry. Hop back in here. Alright, so Enzo wants to know where we go in community folders, so let me just pull up that. Alright. So, where's my Steam folder? Here's my Windows. This is my E drive, my 8TB drive, where I believe I have Flight Simulator installed. No, I don't. Oh, I don't have it there. I think I have it on my F. F is my solid state drive. So program files, Steam apps, common, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, in here, I believe it's in here, isn't it? I think it's in packages. Yep. So Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then packages, and then community. This is where you're going to put all your stuff. Now, mine will have this little link. That's because they're not actually in this folder physically. They're actually somewhere else, being virtual linked here, but it's all the same. You need it to be in this folder. And, you know, for example, I have the... I don't think I actually have it. Well, here, I have like the ATR-600 aircraft. I don't know. Here's just an interior. Oh, here it is. So here's my ATR-700 or 72-600 aircraft, and it's in this community folder. It's actually, again, for me, it's somewhere else on a different hard drive, but it's virtually linked into here. If you're not doing virtual links or you only have one hard drive, it doesn't make sense to do that. Just put it in your community folder, boom, right here, and you know, inside that folder, it should have content info, sim objects. Depending on the plane, it might have some more stuff, but it should be basically this. You should not have a folder and then just a folder that says another folder within that. That's in between that and here. So whatever mod you're using, you just put it in. You just open the zip file and pull that folder into your community folder, and then anything that's in the community folder will be activated and ready to go in Flight Simulator. If you have an issue, if Flight Simulator crashes because of a mod or doesn't want to start up because there's then you're just gonna have to kind of troubleshoot and figure out which mod's doing that, because unfortunately Flight Simulator doesn't have error reporting to let us know what's causing the issue. Yeah, go to your downloads and you know, take the zip file, open the zip file, and or whatever it is, and put that folder into your community folder for the game. Probably check our speed. Okay, so you can see our climb rate has really slowed down. Now cruise, we want to go 290, or it's actually going to be Mach, let's see. Where do I go? Index. So our target climb speed is 0.74. Our cruise is 0.74. Right now we're at 0.69, so we'll get there. We're not actually even going to have to turn our speed up. We could, in fact, actually probably lower our speed. But I think we should be fine. Hey, Mazel Tov cocktails. Mazel Tov cocktails. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't have the honeycomb. I'd have to ask. And I don't think my buddy Creepy Kirk, who's also streaming, so you can check him out. Also, I think he's flying. He just picked up the Boeing 214 or whatever that is, that new one that just dropped for like $20. Old steam gauges, all that. But yeah, he's got the I think he's got honeycomb stuff, and I don't know if he's got the CRJs. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the Aerosoft CRJs because there are issues like that. There's I haven't had any issues on my end with Thrustmaster, Joystick and stuff, but it doesn't like to play nice with the in-game ATC, which I have the in-game ATC basically turned off anyway, but because it doesn't work. No, he doesn't. He streams on Twitch. Which technically I should only be on Twitch also, but... Alright, looks like we're making a little bit of a turn here. Yeah, it looks like we kind of got stuck at about 35,000 feet. And this whole flight and everything's taking a little bit longer than I was planning. It'll be a little bit later than usual, but that's okay. I'm up all night anyway. This little, yeah, we got this little jog in the flight plan. Let's see, I have a lot of different panel switches. The CRJ just doesn't like map switches, gets cranky. Even basic things like altitude, IIS, nav, approach. Yeah. Well, and I think the Aerosoft CRJ's got, like, I jumped at it because it was basically the first, the first payware plane, kind of study level kind of plane, quote unquote study level. Yeah. But yeah, it seems like there might be a little bit more. They kind of got away with, having some issues because they were so early on. Yeah, it's a lot of custom programming, but you would think that if you're gonna have a lot of custom programming, it still has to be able to work with stuff people are gonna be flying with. I mean, I very much doubt the PMDG is gonna, like, PMDG stuff is gonna come and not operate well with honeycomb or, custom, different panels and stuff that you have. So, as I said, this plane is really good. There's parts of it that's really good, and then there's other parts that are a little bit lacking. Like, I think the external model's pretty decent. I think it's okay. The cockpit is great. And everything works the way it should for the most part, I think. But then, if you go back in the... I'm not sure if they had this all modeled in here before, or if they just added this. I know for sure the Airbus, like the A320, doesn't have this modeled, so I'm not sure if the CRJ did. But it's a very interior model here. And of course, primarily you're not flying the plane from here, but it'd be nice to have a nicer model and kind of not have these janky windows. I'm just waiting for Coronado to release the SR-22T. I fly the SR-20 now. What is? I'm not a... It's just buzzing. Let me see what's going on. What is this? The S? I don't know what these planes are though. The SR-22T. What is that? Oh, serious ones. Okay. I've flown that. Yeah, I've flown that. The SR-20. Is the SR-20 the one that came with the sim? Because I have flown that. My favorite plane to fly, I've found lately, my favorite plane to fly, like VFR, or just fly around to do some sightseeing, is the VML one. Because like that really, you can just do these really tight banks and really cool, kind of sporty kind of plane. Not a lot of fuel though, but. Maria, how many states have you been to in the U.S.? Let me see. Let me just do a quick count here. Let's see. There's got to be a way to do this correctly. Now it depends on what you mean by how many states have I been to. I mean, I've been in, I've driven through. I guess that's what you'd mean. Let's see. Basically, I don't think I've been to Vermont to New Hampshire. So basically, I've been everywhere. I think I've gone through Rhode Island also. So everywhere on the East Coast. I don't think I've... No, I've been to Michigan. Yeah, I've been to Michigan, of course. So everywhere on the East Coast except for Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. So that's... I'm just going to go back. I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to do the states I haven't done. So 1, 2, 3. North Dakota 4. Montana 5. Idaho 6. Oregon 7. And then Hawaii and Alaska. So 9. I haven't been to 9 states, so I've been to 41 states out of the US. Now, like some of those, like Washington, I've only been at the airport in Seattle. Like Delaware, probably just on the highway, just skirting there, like on I-95, going up to Massachusetts. Rhode Island, just drove through. Most of these states, it's just driving through, or, it was all through work, for the most part. Matsuta, you'd think they'd use the new G6 model since the sim came out, when the new plane has been out for a few years. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Just trying to get enough hours so I can transition to a Seneca field safer with 2 engines. Are you using, let me pop my camera back on. Why not? Are you using like a career mode thing? Are you like using on-air company, what is it, company on-air company or whatever that is, or Sky Park or something? Is that what you're doing? Or are you just for yourself flying smaller planes, building up hours, and then transitioning to bigger planes? Either way, it's a cool way to do it. I never did that though. Oh, you're doing real life. Oh, awesome. Well, that makes a little bit more sense, because obviously in the sim you can fly whatever you want. Real life, but yeah. Are you now, Mazeltov? Are you working towards like flying commercial? Are you flying the bigger planes, the CRJs? Obviously, CRJs are the smaller end of the spectrum for commercial, but eventually getting up to flying A320s or Boeing, 737s or whatever, fly for an airline. Looks like we're kind of stuck at about 37,000 feet. Alright, that's cool. Personal's cool too. More family trips and business. You must have a little bit of money. I don't know. Everything I do always has to have like an end that eventually could be like a job and make some money from it, because I don't think I can just... Flying for fun is pretty expensive, I think. Financial Planet, huh? Well, I don't know how much money that makes, if that's it. Sometimes we think of different jobs, and we're like, oh, that's a good job, and it's like, and then you actually look at like what the average is, and you're like, wait a second, I make more than that. So. Maria's been to 5 states, 5 U.S. states, and 15 German states. How many states are there in Germany? That's something I wonder. Now, I know definitely in the United States people probably don't realize that there are other countries that have states or provinces or whatnot.
Serving complimentary drinks
But I'm wondering how,
Are
like,
available for a small charge.
in the world,
No, we only accept credit cards.
like in the world, how many people in the world, you know, like which country is the one that everyone knows that has like a certain number of states? I think the United States, probably the United States is the most well-known, like, okay, there are 50 states. I'm sure you could ask someone from almost anywhere in the world that. But if you ask them, like, how many German states are there? Oh, Germany has 15 states. So you've been to all of them. No, it has 16. At least that's what Wikipedia is telling me. 16 constituent states. Tell me how that's wrong. Let's see. All right, here I'm looking at a map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Maybe we weren't maybe we weren't counting Berlin because Berlin is, but I suppose Hamburg is also. That's kind of interesting. It's always interesting to me how you go to other countries in the world and they do have these city states with it. You know, some of their states are cities, right? You know, like Berlin is Berlin. You know, it's the whole, basically the metropolitan area is its own thing. You know, Hamburg, Bremen. We don't have anything like that in the United States. You know, like New York, in New York, you have New York City, but New York City is not its own state. It's part of New York, and there's actually a big, giant chunk of land that isn't New York City. Most of the population of the state of New York does live in New York City, but... Okay, so you've been to 15 out of 16 because you haven't been to Berlin. And Berlin is technically its own thing, I guess, within Brandenburg. Okay, so that's how it works. I was always wondering, because like Potsdam always has a big kind of thing, and it's like, because Potsdam is the capital of Brandenburg. I guess that's probably because when Berlin, maybe Berlin... I'm guessing Berlin was probably the capital of Brandenburg until they decided to make it its own thing. Oh, let's see. Mazel tov. I found driving through New York City easier than Boston. Now, I've been to both. Well, I've been to New York City as a tourist and didn't drive there. I flew in and subway and everything. We just took subways and buses and walked. But I did drive through both. I delivered in Boston. I delivered just north of New York City in the big semi-truck, a 53-foot semi-trailer with probably total it's like 70 feet, so whatever the sleeper truck, however big that is. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't remember how I went into Boston, and well, both of them are almost, any city really. It's like you gotta just be paying attention. Okay, so we got a guy coming right at us. Are we passing him? What's going on? Are we passing him? That's so crazy. Oh no. Do you hear that? That was awesome. That was way too close. And you heard the call out. Traffic, traffic. I didn't see it on the TCAS, but that is the closest I've ever come to another plane in this sim. That was crazy. You know what it is? It's because we're at 37. He was probably at 38,000, I'm guessing. And we're still climbing, and because we're taking forever to climb, we're actually kind of causing issues. I think we're gonna have issue with this plane too. Now, if we had the ATC sound on, it should be calling it out. No, there was not a single message for that. It's crazy. It'd be interesting to see if the TCAS system actually would force us to descend, or because if you're actually at the same altitude and the two planes are going to hit each other, the planes will communicate, and one will go up, the other will go down. So they actually automatically will avoid Yep, I've been to DC, Maryland, Virginia. Tourist and trucking. I think my deliveries are probably in Virginia. I'm trying to think if I delivered anywhere close to DC. Probably Baltimore was the closest. Baltimore, a few places in that Baltimore, that kind of area. Also, Todd used to live in Boca. Miss it every time snow hits. Where is Boca? I always hear about Boca. I don't know what that Boca. Whoop. See that scroll wheel? Boca. What is Boca? Boca Raton? Okay. That's what I thought. Down Florida. Yeah. Yeah, Florida. Well, the one time I was in Florida, I've only been to Florida a couple times trucking, and I think both times were when it was nice and humid. Oh my god, we're coming up on another plane. Oh, jeez. Alright. Now, this is a sim, so we should be probably... Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
Traffic.
Why is it not showing up on me? What the heck? Now, we just hit that thing. We definitely just hit that. Uh-oh. That's so weird. That's so weird. I've never had that. 2 times we've almost... And he's flying the same direction as us, so they're flying really slow. That's really weird. Okay, so that was very unrealistic what just happened there. Obviously, we would have had a course adjustment. ATC would have told us to go a different... kind of rerouted us a little bit. Or had us descend, probably, since we can't really climb much. Alright, Palm Beach area. Yeah, that's probably a nice place to live. Probably besides the... I would guess besides the hurricanes or anything. Let's see. I'm trying to see your... Yeah. I thought for sure he was coming the other way. I couldn't believe we were going so much faster and everything like that. I was a little disappointed because it's not really showing up on here. Usually you should have a... I didn't do the test earlier, but... What is that? There's a place where you can test that. Right here. It should actually show, but it didn't show it. I don't know if it's because I'm too zoomed out. Range? I don't know. But that's... I've never had that happen before. Come up on 2 planes. There's another one. And they're at the same level as us. And it's like, we should be at flight level 390, and we're just kind of stuck here. That's sort of the problem. I'm guessing. Alright, we're about halfway through the flight. Looks like about 34 minutes to go. It's midnight. Almost midnight. Alright, looking at the map, I'm looking at the map, I'm not showing it to you, but we are just over Switzerland, coming up on Lake Constance, St. Gallen. Zurich is off to our right. Lots of snow down there, so Zurich's going to be kind of cloud covered. Let's see what we can see. Lots of snow. Last time I was down in this area, there wasn't that much snow, but I think when we landed in Zurich, but it has certainly come down now, the Lake Constance area. I'm guessing Lake Constance is probably right in there. Mazel Tov, do you do VATSIM for your control or IVAO or something like that? Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna need to. That might be what I need to do. I need to start doing. I had on air. I'm probably not gonna put it back on just right now, but I might, because after I do my streams, I still have a few hours where I can kind of offline fly. But then I was just gonna say I kind of want to do VATSIM maybe in a smaller plane and kind of learn it better. Build up hours like that, but then I have to I think it's already getting late and I'm getting a little self-conscious talking so loud as everyone else is trying to go to bed in the house. Yeah, but VATSIM, yep, controller's been good. I mean, the first time I actually ever like interacted with the controller on VATSIM, I think I was flying into Nairobi on this world tour, Nairobi, Kenya. And there was no coverage, so I'm on VATSIM. I'm like, okay, maybe someone will come on. And then just as I'm coming into Nairobi Center came on, and thick accent. So that was a little bit of an adventure trying to get on the ground and do everything properly. And then I flew from San Francisco to LAX with VATSIM, and there was an event. But by the time I got to the runway, San Francisco went offline, unfortunately, but luckily I was able to get landing in LAX. Coverage is still on. And then I think I got into an event. I think the Berlin had a whole thing going on. VATSIM Germany had a whole event going on, and then VATSIM Switzerland had a thing going on. And so I did a flight between Berlin and Germany because there was coverage the whole way. And I think they were actually working together on that, or something, but it got kind of messy, and then and just because because there's not coverage all over the world all the time on VATSIM, everyone kind of clumps up where there is coverage, and so then you have these wait times, these ridiculous wait times to try to land or take off, and I can't really work around that. So, hey Oliver. Oh, I forgot to say hey to Sean earlier, Sean Delaney. So hopefully you're still here. I saw you. I just didn't say hi, sorry. I wanted to say hi, and then for some reason I never said it. Yeah, controllers. I saw someone complaining about that. A controller complaining about people when they come online, then all the people that are flying in the area disconnect for VATSIM. It's like, well, yeah, but how often are you flying, you know, when someone's flying and then VATSIM goes away? Alright, Touch the Clouds, thanks for the subscription. 3 months in a row. Alright. Thank you very much. Well, and that's the thing, most of my flights here, I mean, Europe, it would have been a little bit more. Some of my European flights, I probably would have get a little bit more VATSIM coverage. But, you know, I know partially you get, you know, VATSIM allows for some multiplayer, right? Because you have, obviously you have the ATC is a big thing, I think is the biggest thing of it. But obviously the other planes are there, you get to see them. But if you're flying somewhere where there is no coverage and there are no really other players flying, you know, I'd rather just have my offline Alpha India group traffic flying around. And it is what it is. I mean, maybe eventually I'll get into it more. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I suck at listening. My listening really sucks. And so they'll say something and I just will not catch it. I will not catch it. It'll take me... I just feel bad because, like, I have to kind of go like, please repeat 15,000 times. Alright, Sean is flying the A320, the fly-by-wire. Aircraft has suddenly dropped altitude during cruise twice and the caution sound came on. I guess it's always been happening, Sean, what you're experiencing. It's the weather, because the weather is there's not a perfect continuous weather, obviously. It's gathering metadata, so sometimes there's a abrupt weather change between two areas. So that's what's happening. Now before, and most of the time, you're not going to know, it's not going to be that abrupt. But the thing with as the fly-by-wire gets a little bit more complicated and more closer to a study level thing, that those weather changes hit it harder because it's so much more sensitive. So that's what's happening. So just hit that caution thing, hit the button to turn off that horn, and your plane will eventually get back. Make sure you turn, you might have to lose some altitude to get your speed back up, because if your speed's below a certain point, you won't be able to use autopilot. So, but it does kind of suck that happens. So I'm wondering if that's something that's going to hit like a PMDG plane, because PMDG planes, those are going to be incredibly sensitive too, I would think, to those abrupt weather changes. I don't know what the solution, if that's going to be but Sobo's going to have to work on that, fix that. I'm getting some real frame rate hits right now over the Alps. I don't know what's going on. Exotic World, how much longer until you're at your location? Well, we have above us, further than my little screen here, right at the top there is a little progress bar. It's saying 25 minutes, I think, right now. So we'll probably be on the ground in about 35 minutes, I would think. Which is later than I'd prefer, but started late and took me forever to get the CRJ going. Let's see. Mazel Tov uses... Oh, you fly... Oh, okay. I was going to say you fly with your iPad and stylus, but you were talking about having a honeycomb. And no self-respect person. Yeah. Okay, you're using an iPad and a stylus to write down stuff. Yeah, I get on VATSIM, I have to make sure I have my notebook and have a pen and pad or whatever available. And we're getting bounced around here by the weather. But now we're at about 38,000 feet. But we have really lost speed, though. So, I'm not sure what's going on there. Burn through too many notebooks. I've got a bunch of extra notebooks because I had all these little notebooks I would write down. Because in our truck, when I was driving over the road, we had a little computer thing, a Qualcomm system that would have we get the information for where we're picking up and dropping off. And it was easier because we can't access that while we're driving or whatever else. It's just, or if you want to take it inside obviously, you know, so I'd have the information. I'd write down all the information into a little notepad, like one of those little tiny little notepads, and then I could carry that inside and have the pickup number, all that kind of different stuff. But I have a bunch of those because I bought a whole bunch and now I don't really need them. So I guess I could use those. But yeah, if you're flying a lot and doing it. When ATC speaks, I write everything they say. That's a good way to do it. Yeah. If you can keep up with that. I know there's lots of different ways to do it. Like, you know, okay, here's the information, write it down. You know, here, like when you're getting clearance, you're gonna be getting this, 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 and this. You know, even make yourself a little chart and make sure, okay, they gave me that, they gave me that, they gave me that, they gave me that. So you're listening, actively listening, I suppose. The problem is when you're not actively listening and then they come over and they say something, you're like, whoa, I wasn't paying attention. Oliver, happy you stream later in the evening, more convenient for me. Most stop by midday. Well, thanks, yeah. Well, that's the time. I could obviously start. I could probably start at like 5 or even 4 in the afternoon on my nights off, but I figure I should spend a few hours getting ready, eating, spending time with the family, and then 7:30 is when I start. And like tonight, we had some other stuff to do. I am losing a ton of speed. You see that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Like, we're getting really low on speed. We're getting almost to the point where we need to throw out some flaps. What is going on? I think I'm going to actually... We're going to go down. We're going to cruise at 37,000, I think. So we're just going to decide. I mean, look how close we are to that. Oh, what is going on with our speed here? Should be at 7.3. So, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, why that's happening. Let's see. Guys are... My chat is filling up and I'm not used to that, so... But thank you. Alright, touch the clouds, let's see. Same here, it's even worse trying to relay it back. I cannot do 2 things at once, so flying takes up all the time. Well, again, it's... What is it? It's aviate, navigate, or whatever. And then communicate. It's always fly your plane first, then communicate. Obviously, VATSIM, at certain points, you need to eventually get in there, and VATSIM sometimes if you're taking too long. Okay, I already answered that. How much longer? When AT speed. Okay, I've heard through. Laptop doesn't have the storage. Yeah, I know a lot of people are playing on laptops, and I used to have a gaming laptop. It was very convenient, obviously, to have a laptop to go between the United States and China when I lived over there, and just ease of mobility. But I think the last one I had was a Lenovo, and had a really nice graphics card, all that stuff. But it was always getting too hot. Heat was always an issue, to the point where it throttle and crash and all that stuff. So I basically swore off laptops. I have a laptop, but it's primarily just for doing basic things. I wish it had a little bit more power so I could do some gaming if I'm on the road, which I'm not anymore. But when I was doing the trucking over the road, I wish then at that point I did wish I had a better laptop, or to do like video editing or whatever else. But I have a nice big desktop, and it's a little bit cheaper to do stuff with it. Exotic World. My longest flight is... I don't know if there's a way for me to check on Volanta. Let's see my highlight. Oh yeah, here. Duration longest. My longest flight was... What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's wrong. That's a little goofy. My Valanta's telling me my longest flight was 15 hours 53 minutes between Pero and Kathmandu. Now I think the reason is because I accidentally forgot it because the flight crashed and then I probably flew it a later time and so it kept counting. So that's not really my longest flight. Longest flight. Let's probably. What are these flights? Oh. So those first two flights are kind of weird. I did have a flight where I just flew. It was a test flight. I did a stream like probably a week ago. It was just a test stream, and I flew this plane like a 12-hour flight until the A320 ran out of fuel just flew it over the ocean. Let's see. My longest actual flight that I've actually flown is UPS flight UPS 1, which is Hong Kong to Cologne, Germany. 11 hours 20 minutes. Boeing 747-800 freighter. And closely behind that, I did a flight when I first got Microsoft Flight Simulator. I did British Airways 7 from Heathrow over to Tokyo, and that's 11 hours and 8 minutes. Both of those are my longest flights I've ever done. Let's see. I had a 9-hour 23-minute one from JFK down to Brazil, I think Sao Paulo. I did a few long ones. Or no, Rio de Janeiro maybe. Most of my flights, or most of my long flights, anything over, on average, most of my flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator have been like maybe 1 to 2 hours. If you want to see my long flights, those are all back in X-Plane when I was flying this world tour over there, and there were some pretty long ones I had to do, which maybe we'll run into as we go over those places that I flew before back in X-Plane, out in the Pacific and stuff. I did a few, but I don't do it on streams. Well, I did the UPS one, I streamed that one, but I went to the beach during that one. Why are we losing altitude here? So weird. But back in X-Plane on my world tour, because I started my world tour in X-Plane, and this whole world tour started back in X-Plane, and I started over in New Zealand, so there was a lot of ocean island hopping, all those island nations, and then obviously in Asia, the bigger part of Asia there, some 4, 5, 6 hour flights. So I'm looking through all my flights, and most of them, anything that's over 4 hours, most of those are X-Plane. Because I haven't done a lot of long flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially once I started streaming and making videos. Let's see. Mazel tov. Best thing, Sirius rocket route. Automatically does your route between the two airports, checks winds, finds best cruise altitude, etc. Also can push that to the G1000 for spoil. Cool. Is that something that's like a real life thing? Yeah, Sirius rocket route for the real plane. Man, we are getting bounced around. I'm gonna turn on the seatbelt signs. Actually, probably should start descending. Yeah, so right here you can see it's giving us a descent rate, 1,700 feet. So we're actually going to start descending. Mhz on, let's see. Oh, it's not. Okay, so we're going to decrease our altitude. I'm just going to start. Now we could do a speed descent. Vertical speed is actually what you really want to do, though. Plus the plane will tell you exactly what you should be descending at. As we descend, we're going to pick up speed, and if we don't want to get too fast, we're going to actually have to do our throttle ourselves, because we don't have auto thrust on this plane. I'm going to go to climb speed for now. We're actually going to pull back even further. Let's see. Enzo got the 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is that Braddock's 737? I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I wouldn't recommend getting that plane, but probably for what you spend, it might be worth it. But I think that plane should be a freeware. if you're gonna have to spend money on something, I think it should have a little bit more to it than what that Bredox 737 has. flightsim made up format sheets you can download. Okay. Yep, Sean, I do, like I said, I don't usually do long haul just because, especially on the stream, because I want to be here talking to you guys, and if I'm doing a 15-hour flight, or even a 5-hour flight, I'm going to be stepping away a lot, and you guys are just going to be watching the cockpit or the external view, which I know people do, and I have done it myself. Exotic World, do you know any good free flying games? I do not. But you'd have to ask some, I'm sure, other people in here. I'm not sure Infinite. I think Infinite Flight might be free. And that's actually a mobile game. On your phone you can play it, or iPad. I think. That might be free. And there might be in-game purchases where you, like, buy planes, I think. Certain planes, maybe. Will I ever fly the CJ4? Probably not. At least not on this world tour. It's a possibility that in the future, once I finish this world tour, and if I do something like jump into on-air, company on-air, and do like career mode or something, I might. But yeah, I've never, like, I've always just been interested in flying the big planes. Doing more of these. Man, we are hitting some nasty turbulence. So we are coming in good. Let's bring up Navigraphs. Find it. Navigraphs, and we want to do, so we see where we are. Coming up. One more waypoint and we'll be on our star. So we'll bring up the star chart, see what we got. Yeah, we got mountains all around. It's a beautiful area. I'm going to do what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to make like little videos doing sightseeing in these cities. And those are going to be video on demand. Those are going to be just straight up YouTube videos, not streams, not a full flight. Like, I'll do a full flight, but I'm just going to cut it up, and it's just going to be a small plane kind of flying around the city or the area. And this place is a little bit more manageable. I just recorded one for Paris, and Paris is so huge. But Ljubljana is actually very kind of compact, small, little European city with a castle, which is really cool. So I'll probably record that tonight. Let's see, so what am I looking at? I'm just looking at, looks like I want to be at flight level 120, or at least that's the minimum until we get to here, which is 7,000. We're going to be flying into the VOR because we're going to be landing the opposite direction, I think. Because our plan is to land this way, so we'll just come into the VOR and then we'll set up for a good landing. Look at the final chart. That's the go around. That's a very detailed go around. Usually you don't see it looking like that. Pretty good. Alright, so we're going to go into the VOR. We're going to come out 137 degrees from the VOR. 13 miles, we're going to start our turn. And then we'll be on our glide slope at 302. This is ILS. This is an ILS approach, so we need to be at 4,000 feet at Basta. That's where we'll capture the glide slope. So we can go into the radio. So I'm going to go down. $7,000 feet for now. So we're going to go radio nav. Or radio page. I want to put in nav 1. I'm going to do... We'll do nav 2. We'll do VOR. 117.2 for Ljubljana. And then the ILS will actually automatically fill in. So if I leave it on auto, this will fill in with the ILS. But I'm going to put it in anyway manually. So ILS, and then that. Now if we have to do a go-around, we'll have to throw in that Dulsko VOR down here. Let's see, minimums. We're going to do Cat 1. 1391. Over to our main screen. Just hide our yoke. I think we do this with decision height. No, that's not right. I think decision height would be 200 feet. I think we do NVA. MDA is going to be 1390. And correct me if I'm wrong with this, but it seems to make more sense that this one is your altitude, and then DH is probably, I would assume, is the, I'm guessing the feet above the runway. It's just that it goes by 1 foot increments, which is kind of weird. We're descending faster than we need to, but it seems like we're still... Alright, so we got the minimums in. Adjust our range here. Alright, coming over the Alps. We are right now... Oh, yeah, we're just about to jump pass into Italy. And I think we did this before on our flight down to Kosovo or somewhere down in this area. Further down, probably Kosovo. Where we flew and we kind of cut this little corner off of Italy. So like right over there is... That's all Austria. Now we're kind of over Italy for a little bit. Actually, since I have this up right now, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. There you go. We're kind of crossing over Tarvisio. It's this little corner of northwest Italy between Slovenia and Austria. Just about to start our standard terminal approach route. Hide that. Let's take an external view. Starting to lose the snow a little bit. Clouds are clearing up too. Like I did a little before I recorded the Paris flight, the VFR flight. I think I jumped over to like Memphis. You know, I jumped into some American cities, and it's just so different, especially like looking at some of these cities in Western or Eastern Europe, like Ljubljana, Tirana, Albania. You know how small they are compared to American cities. Like Memphis is not. I mean, it's a big city, but it's not, you know, huge on the world stage. But it's just so spread out. Yeah, it's like the city center is actually just a few tall buildings, and those tall buildings are taller than some of these. Again, these Eastern European capitals. I mean, these are capital cities. Ljubljana is capital city. You're going to see no major big giant skyscrapers or anything, or, office buildings. It's all just nice. Almost looks like it fell out of the 13th, 14th century. So it's really cool. I mean, that's why I really love this World Tour flights, because flying into, especially on Microsoft Flight Simulator, we've flown into all these places in Africa, and now we're flying into a lot of these places in Europe that are kind of overlooked. We don't think about them a lot. I mean, obviously flying to Paris and London, but here we are flying into Ljubljana, Slovenia. Major highway here. I'm trying. What city is that over there? I'm guessing what we're seeing right there. I was gonna say, is that Klagenfurt? But Klagenfurt's even more over here. I don't know what that is. I guess that's I'm gonna say that's the city of Villach, Austria. Now we're in Slovenia airspace.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be
Mountains are coming in kind of weird.
Select any track one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position.
Actually, pretty
Please also store any
detailed.
carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat.
Look a little different than usual.
Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Beautiful. All right, Creepy Kirk. I know I kept saying, "Hey, come over, raid me." And here you guys are. What's the plane you're flying? Boeing 214. Thanks for the follow, Rayos 86. Rayos, you're on. I've seen you on. Are you just on Creepy Kirk's Discord, or am I seeing you also on like the? What's our little group that we have going? What's it called? Fearless Gaming Community. I'm not sure where I saw you. You're either there or you're on Creepy Kirk's, I know. Well, thanks for the follow. Hey, Creepy. Yeah, we're just coming in. We are just on descent after struggling to... I mean, we actually ran into two planes on our flight. We actually overtook an A320 or something, and it buzzed it right off our left wing. Let's see, the Boeing's 247D. That's a very interesting looking plane. Now, I asked the question, but I had you on mute. So is all that shaking that was going on? Is that supposed to be going on, or was that like glitching? Because if that's shaking supposed to go on, that looked really cool. And I'm guessing it's supposed to happen like that because it's an older, rickety kind of plane. All right, we're just crossing 13,000 feet. I think I have everything in that I need to have in. I guess I could check my checklist. I didn't like that glitch. Descent, landing elevation, that's what we need to put in. That's going to be important. Landing elevation for Ljubljana, Slovenia, Brnik, 1274. Jump up here. This is going to be important actually because... So there's our latest 380. I'm going to pop it out. You guys can't see it, but I popped it out to another window. Go 12. What was it? 1270 something? So we'll go 1280. Alright. So now it's at 1280. Let's see. Rayos 86, Fearless. Yep. And Creepy. Okay. And Ibanez. Yep. Mr. Classic 101. Favorite place you've been? Ooh. Favorite place I've been... I'm going to say it's Koh Lipe. Koh Lipe, Thailand. It's an island it's in the Indian Ocean. It's a very small island. It's not very well known as a tourist destination, so it's very good to go. It's a really nice, if you know about it, you go there. I did not like going into it because we had to take a speedboat in and out, and we got sick. But otherwise, it was really nice, beautiful. We went in August, which is the down year, or the down time of year. So, ate lots of good food. It was just a really awesome week off from living in China. We went down to Thailand, and that was really awesome. So, Koh Lipe. beautiful little island. Or you can walk around the whole island in probably an hour. One side, we were on the Sunset Beach because you could watch the sunset, and then the other side of the island obviously is the sunrise. And there's other side, but beautiful beaches. I stepped on something there and got stung, but it didn't last too long. All right, let me go barometer here. See, favorite place, Rayos, I'm everywhere, ha, kind of brought our little group together. Okay, so you're the one who brought everyone together? Awesome. Yes, that's 100% accurate. This aircraft is study level. Oh, okay, 100% accurate, the aircraft. Awesome. Really, it's study level? For $20? Alright, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to look at some reviews and see if I'm interested in flying it, but for $20, a study level aircraft for... Yes, okay, so we're coming at 7,000 feet. I believe we need to... Still on the map, huh? Let's see. Of course, as we come in, we get a nice level of fog. So, gotta be careful you don't run into any mountains. We're coming right into the VOR, so we're going to be right over the airport somewhere. I'm assuming the airport only has one runway. I think it does. We're going to have to... 7,000 feet is our minimum right now. And we're headed for 4,000, which is going to be where we capture the glide slope. Yeah, I like Pack X. I like, the thing I like the most about it, because I think a lot of the stuff that it has, it's really easy to set up your sounds. You can just, every flight you get to pick like your sounds, your announcements, your safety brief, your boarding music if you have it. It's very easy. It's a little bit easier than setting it up in self-loading cargo. What I really like is I like the, not that it really you're looking at a ton, but is in the passengers. The passenger names are all local names. More localized names. There's a mix, but usually localized. Why are we still descending? Oh, I don't have any speed. We're literally dropping out of the sky right now, which is something that I always struggle with in this plane. That's why we're losing altitude right now. We're actually just gliding down. What is my pressure change? Okay. Of the career mode. I mean, the career mode, it's... I use it, but it's not really a career mode. I mean, it just keeps track of... You know, it just keeps track of your skills, really. I mean, it's not a robust career mode like something like On Air or even a virtual airline might have. There's a lot better stuff for if you're looking to track your career. But it's really good. I mean, it's got... Every once in a while, you'll get an interesting... Yeah, you'll get an interesting, whatchamacallit, event going on down here, like a pregnant woman or a, unruly passenger. I really like self-loading cargo, but self-loading cargo takes up a little bit more of the screen, and it still doesn't play perfectly nice with Flight Simulator yet, but I'm hoping eventually it will, and I'll have to figure out how to stream it nicely. Alright, let's pay attention here. Okay, above flight level 70. Can this plane just level out? That'd be nice. There's the airport. Not much to see. I think I have the only mod I have for it is like fixed parking. Okay, so we got to keep watching our throttle, because otherwise, if we get too fast, we'll start climbing. If we get too slow, we'll just start falling out of the sky. No auto thrust on the CRJs, and I'm sure Creepy Kirk was dealing with that in the Boeing. How much autopilot does that thing have? I'm guessing none at all. Alright, we did the landing elevation. Fuel check, TCAS set, radar on and off. CAS check, landing data set. Let's do that. We're just gonna automatically set it like that. Approach briefing complete. Before landing, flight attendant advised passenger signs on, thrust reversers armed. Landing gear down, slats and flaps. We are now on the flying out, and we're going to set up to come in the opposite runway. So, now that I'm looking, there's a lot more to Ljubljana than I saw before. Well, this is actually, these places actually aren't Ljubljana. Where is Ljubljana? Oh no, it is. Thinking over there, that's like the main city center. There's like, I think a castle right there, or it might be right there. Beautiful red roofs and everything. All this, I actually downloaded the Google, photogrammetry, so that's actually really what the city looks like. Really nice. Looking forward to flying low level over it. Make a YouTube video of that. Much more manageable than Paris. Paris is huge. All right, let's. Oh, and now I missed us descending. Oh, great. Now we're gonna be too high. Okay, what's it gonna have? Yeah, here's our descent rate. Be a little high. 3,600 feet in a minute. All right, here we go. I switched to the trees. I forgot to switch them back, but I switched the trees to spring trees. But technically, I should still have it on early spring, late winter. You can see how they're really nice and green. And especially in the cities, they'll pop up and there'll be pinks and purples and some pretty cool colors. Oh, we got down just fine there. Have to bleed off the speed now. I think you can see the localizer. How did I do what? Lose my altitude? I did vertical speed. Because right here it actually shows us, if you go on this page, direct intercept, I guess, it actually shows you how much you should be descending. Now at Basta, we need to be at 4,000 feet, so we're there now. Are you asking me about the trees? The trees are Bijan Habashi's 4-season pack. It's a payware. You can get it on simmarket.com, I think. But I think it's worth it. I think it's like $20, something like that. It's well worth it, though. It makes it look beautiful. The trees are absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, if you download like photogrammetry from Google, then you just get the Google photogrammetry trees, unfortunately. But if it's native photogrammetry being pulled from Flight Simulator itself, the trees will show up in the cities, and it looks really good. Alright, we're going to put out flaps 1. Give ourselves a little bit of speed, or a little bit of a... I think... How do I do ILS in this thing? I think we hit approach, right? Yes, that's what we do. Confused what the localizer is doing, why it's so far over. Look at that. That's a really amazing shot because you got all the fog and just the peaks just sneaking over. My monitor, I have a 2560 by 19 or by 1080, so it's widescreen. That's why I'm showing you my whole screen. That's what you guys are seeing, and then I have overlay to fill up the rest to make it a 16 by 9 video feed. Uh-oh. Am I just... Yep, I'm just losing speed right now. Get some more flaps out. Well, I had to work. I had to work all this week. I worked, what did I work? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then yesterday we went out for fish fry, and I could have done this flight, because I basically could have done the same thing as I'm doing right now at the same time. But I'll be flying tomorrow night. We'll should be able to do 2 flights tomorrow night. Jarrett Sue, thanks for the subscription over on YouTube. Why are we climbing? What are we doing? Why are we not ascending? Okay, this is gonna be a kind of a wild finish, I think. There we go. I don't think the ILS. Maybe they don't have. I don't know how it works. Where's the runway? Yeah, monitor is 2560 by 1080, and then I fill the rest of the because I'm streaming in 1920 by 1080. Yeah, so because that's what Twitch likes, that's what most people are watching on. So it's not the best, but I like to maintain the widescreen. But maybe I'll at some point, I'll keep doing I'll have widescreen for myself. Maybe I'll just cut off the edges and show you more full screen for you guys. I don't know. Ooh, kind of coming in a little too low now. Cool if I can see the runway. Where the heck is the airport? Yeah, but Creepy, I'll be on tomorrow night. Hopefully 2 streams, I'm guessing, or 2 flights. We'll fly from here to, I think we're flying down to Montenegro, Montenegro, and then I think from Montenegro I'm flying over to, I might be wrong about this, but I think I'm flying all the way over to Barcelona. So that will be a little bit longer flight, I think. And then what I should do is I should fly from Barcelona up to Andorra and do that, but it's not what I scheduled. So we're going to be flying somewhere else, and then eventually we'll fly back to Spain to Madrid. So we're going to get it, but I think that works better too, so that way we can check out Barcelona and Madrid on the stream. Okay. Oh, where's my... Okay, never mind. Oh no, it's this one. I want to make sure make sure my landing gear's actually down, because it could look right on the little screen there.
500.
11 a.m. I'll be sleeping, I think. Maybe I can jump in on that. VATSIM group flight.
300.
Uh-oh. So we're getting a little too slow.
200. Minimums.
There we go.
Minimums.
See, now it wants to take off on me.
Minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, we just bounced. This is... Oh, that was a bad landing. That was one of those oof landings right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is
I clearly don't fly this plane
11:44 a.m. and it's currently
all the
about
time.
0 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. As this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Oh, actually, I might have. I think I might have a mod for this. Yeah, this actually is a nice freeware mod. Makes the terminal look pretty nice. That's always nice to come into an airport that, even if it's small, looks has a little bit of love given it to it. We're gonna go here, gate 4. Looks like as good a gate as any. Alright, starting the APU. Set the parking brake. Turn off the navs. Let's knock out a few things down here. And go to the checklist, I suppose is a good place to do it. APU on off, transponder radar standby off, slats flaps 0, lights set, probes off. Let's do the probes. Alright, good night, Sean. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, it's getting really late, so we're gonna get this all shut down really quick and get passengers off. Parking brake is on. Seatbelts come off once we turn the engine off. Just like that, right? No? I think that's how you cut them. Whoop. There they go. We're gonna hopefully get the jetway. Seatbelt signs off. Passengers are deboarding. Turn off the beacon light. Go here. I actually forgot to open up something. So might have a little bit of a frame rate issue as this other thing opens up, but not a big deal. Thrust levers, that's what we just did. Shut off. Anti-ice off. Fuel pumps off. Beacon light off. Nose wheel steering off. And terminating. We'll act as if this is a terminating flight, so we'll do that once we have the passengers deboarded. We do we have external power? I thought we had external power. Let's see if we get it. There he is. Oh, there they all come. I think. Okay, passengers are deboarding. While they are doing that, we're gonna jump over to Volanta. Check out the flight. Move it over here. You're second person to arrive. Wow. Alright, so kind of all this, nothing really strange. This is all actually exactly what the plane was supposed to be doing, but it actually flew right over Innsbruck. I didn't realize that. Let's see. Landing rate. Well, here they were generous. I think on the overlay it said about 400, but here it's 387 feet per minute. It's a little bit harder than I would have liked. 75 passengers, 555 nautical miles flown. So, decent flight. Landing could have been a little bit better, especially in a smaller plane like this. Goodbye, Volanta. And I'm going to open up. Uh-oh. There it is. We're going to open up the world map. If this is your first time here, I'm doing a world tour and we're flying into every country and territory in the world, so I got a nice little map that shows us where we've been. Complete with flags and all that cool stuff. I like flags. So here we are, we're going to move that map over. There is. That is everywhere we've been so far. Africa and Europe is actually getting pretty full. Only a few more countries to hit up. And today, we have flown into... Uh-oh. What is going on here? We've flown into Slovenia. Why do I have two of these open? Okay, there we go. Not sure what's going on. There it is. My computer was doing something weird. So there it is, Slovenia. Right there, right in the middle. Next time we're going to be flying down to, I believe right here, Montenegro. Alright, passengers are deboarded. I'm going to pop open Pack X and give you a little overview. And flight. Unexpected departure delay. Yep. They didn't even warn us we'd be stuck on the ground. Yeah, we took a while to get off the ground. Alright, so landing rate 406. Satisfaction 76%. Not the greatest. Alright, well, I'm not going to actually this up. I gotta go. I gotta use the bathroom. So, thanks for coming along on the flight. Well, actually, let me run, and I will be right back to do a proper finish here. Alright, thanks for the follow, Boss Baby 123. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let's get back in the plane and do a complete shutdown here. Alright, so chocks and brakes. We should probably do that. Aircraft chocks. Alright, IRS is off. Emergency lights are off. No smoking off. Hydraulics off. APU off. External lights off. APU off. Battery master. So there we go. Battery master. External lights. And battery master switch off. Oh, okay, there we go. There you go, we got a cold cockpit. Here at Ljubljana Airport in Ljubljana, Slovenia. Nice to see flying to Slovenia brings back memories with Adria Airways and Air France. Be nice if you do a flight to Skopje after Ljubljana or Ohrid. Well, we already did our flight to Skopje, North Macedonia, but our next flight is going to be down to Podgorica. I think I'm saying it wrong, but the capital of Montenegro. So our next flight is going to be Montenegro. I hope. Yeah, people have told me we need to fly over Lake. Oops. I don't want that on. To fly over Lake Ohrid. Let me see. Where is that? Skadar, we're going to be near there. Where's Lake Ohrid? I keep hearing about this Lake Ohrid. Where is it? Oh, it's down. Okay, it's further down. I was gonna say maybe when we can fly down to Albania, I might just have to. I'll just have to do like a flight. Probably do a VFR flight down there or something because I've heard good things. So and if I do a flight like that, it'll probably be a YouTube video. So go check out my YouTube, and I'll make probably a dedicated YouTube video. I'm kind of doing the streams right now. I'm just doing the world tour. I think I'm going to stick with the streams for now. Yep. I'll have to check out Orid. It's not going to be on this world tour, but that'd definitely be a cool VFR flight or something, it sounds like. Alright. Exotic world. Almost there. Am I almost there? I'm not sure. Alright. Well, here we are. We are at the end of our flight. It is 1 in the morning for me. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to squeeze it in there, but like I said, I'm not going everywhere. The world tour is not a flying to every single awesome place to see in the world. That'd be a whole different thing, and maybe someday. I wish I had more time to fly. Oh, really? That'd be cool. Alright, let me check and see what we got on Twitch. Who we can... Well, I'm being... Oops, I should have left that one open. Who can we go raid? Who can we go raid? With the meager few people we got here. Who do you guys like to watch? I think we're gonna go. I haven't even started. Cool. Yeah, On Air is pretty cool. I had it for about, I heard it like for the first month when I got Flight Simulator, but I just didn't have time with my job, and I still kind of don't. But I might be able to. Yeah, CRJ is a solid plane. It's not perfect. I mean, there's some flaws, but alright. So we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid. Let's see, what do I got here? Studio Canuck. He is. I'm not sure what he's flying. Looks like he's probably flying a 787 or something. Looks like he's flying a John Wayne. No, I can't tell what he's flying. SNA to ROD. I thought he was flying to Boston or something for some reason, but. So we're gonna do that. If you guys are here watching on whatchamacallit, Twitch, stick around. Show Studio Canuck a little bit of love. And if you're on YouTube, I will see you next stream. For everyone, I will be streaming tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Right, we're in Daylight Time now. 7:30 p.m. Barring any technical issues or something comes up and I'm out of the house. We're going to be flying from Ljubljana here down to Podgorica, Montenegro, and then I believe Montenegro over to Barcelona. Let me double check that. I think we're going to Barcelona. Yeah, we're going to be flying over to... Yeah, so Podgorica, Montenegro to Barcelona, Spain. So we're going to be doing Montenegro Airlines down to Montenegro tomorrow, and then Ryanair all the way over to Barcelona. So that will be a really fun flight. Hope to see you all there. 7:30 p.m. we'll be flying down. We'll be on Montenegro Airlines in the A320. And then probably, I'm guessing probably 10 p.m., 9:30 p.m., whenever we finish that first flight, we'll hop into the Ryanair A320. Yes, I know Ryanair has Boeing 737s, but we don't have the Boeing 737 yet. So we're going to be in the A320. We'll be flying over to Barcelona, and that should be a really awesome flight. And Barcelona looks really good with the latest up. I don't think the airport's been super updated, but Barcelona itself looks really good with the latest world update. So hope to see you there. Let's go over and raid Studio Canuck, show them some love, and I will see you tomorrow, 7:30. Thanks for flying.